My name is Blessed, your host, and with my co-host Lainey, of course, in the building.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, how are you?
Good. Or should I say, Shania Po?
Shana,
Okay. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. How is it going though?
Well, it's going good.
Okay.
We are coming to the end of February.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited for what lies ahead. And
Interesting.
it's good, can't complain.
Great.
Yeah.
We have Will from Africa and the originator of Utuntu ZAMgazine. Will, how are you doing, man?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me again today.
Great.
Okay, good to see you, Lenny, as well.
Good to
Interesting.
see you too.
All right.
Good. Look, man, we are at a season, or we are in a season where a lot of things are happening, things are trending in my country, and I'm like, man, I'm just so overwhelmed right now.
Yeah.
Social media is like flooded here and there, and Utuntu ZAMgazine is there. Are you documenting these things like right now, or when are we expecting to have such kind of stuff?
Okay, we try to pick on things that interest us. Of course, we don't do politics, but we try and keep things lively. We pick on things that happen within 2 weeks because we want to publish every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
We're currently on a 1 month basis. Some things are too risque for us to talk about, so we just
Exactly.
leave it.
Yeah.
But other things, we just deal with lifestyle. So we pick bits and pieces, which is Utuntu really. We pick bits and
Exactly.
pieces of things and put them together. You will enjoy, people will enjoy our magazine.
Yeah.
Pick one up.
Great.
It's free and it's online.
Interesting. Last time we had an interview of you, your partner from Sedia,
Yeah,
Vladan. Yes. Then we had Natasha, who is the chief editor, managing editor, of course, of the magazine. And we spoke about like an introduction of what the magazine is all about. Then briefly you gave us insight into the magazine. Now the magazine is out.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and you are on a monthly
We want to do
publication
every 2
basis.
weeks, but
Every 2
at the
weeks.
moment we've done the maiden copy. The next one is out in a few days.
Okay.
After that, we'll just pick on, because things are happening so fast. I'm thinking every week now, or maybe every 2 weeks. But let's do every 2 weeks max. That's the objective.
Okay. So the fact that now you transition from monthly publication to 2 weeks publication, what should we look forward to in the magazine?
Lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we tend to do is we have, first of all, just to give you a small brief summary of the magazine. It's a lifestyle magazine. The first few pages, you can link to any of the local or international news platforms, BBC, whatever, ABN or whoever, that's there. And we talk about lifestyle issues, things to do with business, things to do with fashion, things to do with relationships, things to do with everything that has to do with Zambian lifestyle is what we do with.
Interesting. Okay, so in case you've never read, actually checked, there's Utuntu ZAMgazine. The website is on your screen. It's just right there. Just type it, check it out, what's there, and then come back to me. All right, right now, so that at least we can conversate afterwards. Yeah. So if we can go commercial, I don't know, Lenny, what do you think? We can go commercial. Before we begin the show, you spoke about that you have partners. Is it sponsors already?
Yeah, we've got partners. We're very grateful for their support. The first one is a restaurant that I like very much. It's on Great East Road. It's Le Petit Paris. They sponsored our dinner for two, the winners. Then we have the couple. It's very supportive of us. We've got a few other people. Where we did our pre-launch was at Granddaddy's. I think when we get to do the launch, we'll also have it there.
Yeah.
We've got Rhapsodies. We've got Prime Joint, which is, these are all eateries because we like eating,
Yeah.
We're looking for more sponsors and hoping we'll get more. We're of course supported by ABN as well, and we love that. Yeah.
Interesting. You speak about Le Petit Paris dinner for two. What are we having dinner for? Two presenters, But you can come along just to make sure that things is all civil.
Yeah,
just dining. And
I will
you know
eat
what I
as
mean?
well, and you pay for it. I mean,
Can you? I can't believe this. Okay.
yeah, I like food. You know,
Okay.
the food is really good. It's
Yeah.
affordable. I love the fact that I don't drink.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not a drinking person. You know, I drink
What's
once in a
drinking
while.
you talking about? Like alcohol, or just
yes.
drinking?
I beg your pardon, alcohol.
okay.
I,
Yeah.
You know, I don't. I stopped taking alcohol a long time ago. I can cope with it, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know. So they don't serve alcohol.
Mhm.
It's a nice, quiet place for me to sit down and chill.
Nice.
If I have friends who want to drink, I go to the couple. I
Mhm.
go to Prime Joint,
Mhm.
or if you want to chill and see the horses, I go to Rhapsodies.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know. So those are the sort of things we're looking for more sponsors, because it's all part of lifestyle, isn't it?
Exactly. So now, when for example, in the magazine, there's there, for example, you have commercial spaces. Okay, the company can either give you the graphical advert design, maybe flyer format, or they can give you an audio format for radio advert, jingle, or they can give you a video advert. That's quite interesting. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, one of the exciting things about Utuntu, the magazine, is that when we take adverts from our clients, you can, you know, we are merging your advert, your graphic advert, into, we can create a video for you if you like, or radio jingle. In short, we can bring TV and radio to your advert.
Interesting.
So you can put your graphics and still screen your trailer. So imagine, for example, construction company. Rather than just say we do bricklaying, this, and this, and this, what we can do is we can actually show the work
The
you do,
actual work.
the actual
Yes.
work, and create it into a small video for you. Clients or people who view, click on it, and they're watching TV.
Interesting. At Shania Pro, you're watching Utuntu ZAMgazine show on ABN TV with Blessed and Lenny.
Hi.
We have Will, who is actually the brains behind the Utuntu ZAMgazine.
Part of a team. I'm not just that one. Yeah, it's
No,
part of
but
a team.
I find it comfortable actually to introduce you like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know?
On behalf of the team, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. All right.
Yeah, I would like to find out with regards to the audience of Utuntu Magazine, and even just the TV shows. What audience are you hoping to target?
Good question. Okay. Firstly, it's easier to just look at the magazine as a lifestyle magazine. But because of the topics we try to deal with, these are topics that we think people don't want to talk about it, but they're things that happen. I mean, for example, medical things, which is not a big thing for us. We could talk about sex. We can talk about relationships. We can talk about business, you know, healthcare, food. We like to say our audience should be anybody over 18.
Okay.
Did you see what I did when you said sex? I was like this. I said, yeah.
Well, I think I'd like to delve on that a little bit more, because this is an online magazine, and
Yeah.
already we have Facebook, we've got all the social media sites, and there's been a talk to say, how do you know that the person who's accessing Facebook or that site is
Of
at a
age, of
particular
course.
age?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are there any ways of how you intend to go around that, or
I think when the time comes when I'm able to read people's minds, then I'll be able to tell who's really. But see, the truth is, everyone gives a kind of disclaimer
okay?
for these things. We don't advocate for the topics to be. You know how you watch a TV program and they say this program is suited to over 16s or
Yes.
over 13s. So the question could be applied to them. How do you know that?
Yeah,
is
sure.
So we can't really say. We do advise that it's for over 18s. We think that's where you begin to mature. Most of our topics are mature topics. We will delve into relationship issues, which we feel are suitable for mature people. For example, we have a matchmaking section where we matchmake people not by us introducing you, but by creating profiles for people. So if each person likes their profile, they exchange numbers. We keep custody of the numbers until they like themselves. I don't really advocate for matchmaking like that under 18. You know, so that's one of the ways in which we I would say we deal with the people that we deal with from a mature point of view, but we can't control it any more than
Sure.
that, you know.
Interesting. There's something trending, a magazine of some sort, doing, I don't know whether that's matchmaking or they are brokering business.
That's an interesting term.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
is it related to what you're doing? Because that magazine obviously is trended beyond Zambia, and people seem to be
We're talking about the one that has list of women.
a list of women
with,
that you can access
Okay,
for
for some
savings.
payment, huh?
Exactly. And some of the faces are like, okay, okay, I know this one.
There are faces that, you know, look, we personally, I wouldn't make any judgment on who decides to advertise themselves for in return for something. You know, if we're honest with ourselves, sex is something which you and I would not be here if that didn't happen. Okay, so if somebody decides to get paid for it, hello, somebody wants to pay for it, you know, so
there's market.
there's a market
demand.
there. But what we try to do is, we're not doing, you know, very different. One, we don't show the faces of people who share their profile. Two, we don't display numbers. And three, we're certainly not pimping. So what we
Yeah.
do is we ask you to give us your profile as truthfully as possible, what you are, who you're looking for. But we do store your picture on a secure server and your phone number. That's all we do. The reason we do that is that when you have your profile and somebody else sees your profile, if they say they like your profile, they contact us. And then we ask you who has been liked, if you like the profile of the person who wants to see you. If you like them, we give them your number and we give them your number, or give your number to them, something like that. We're still okay. If you then go off and decide you want to exchange pictures, perfect. If you want to continue, chatting, that's up to you. But if you do not want to, if you come back to us and say, could you, we'll tell the person politely, this person doesn't want to continue this conversation or relationship. We'll leave you at that point to do what you need to do. For us, it's very different. It's not like meeting someone in a club or meeting someone just on a one-off, because we have your profile. We securely check that. Also, we don't think this is, it's up to you if you want to then have a more intimate relationship. For us, it's a secure way to introduce you to somebody that you have already said you like, and they like your profile. Different from meeting somebody on a one-night stand. These things happen, you know. So yeah, we're different, very different.
Okay.
Very, very different.
You're trying to help people find love.
Love is what we think we advocate. And also, if you stay with yourselves, having met on our platform for 12 months, we will sponsor you to Livingston or Siavonga.
Savonga or Samfia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting. Okay. One of the topics on the cover of the magazine, okay, this is just a prompt because we can't talk about it now, to come,
Okay.
but obviously to interest this one watching,
Okay.
that there will be this, there's always been this back and forth dragging between males and females on certain things,
okay.
and labeling each other
Battle
certain
of-
terms.
Battle of the sexes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Can you briefly talk about that?
Okay, so that's the cover. I think one of the topics on the next edition, right? So we're talking about Battle of the Sexes. Originally, we had captioned it, men are trash, women are rubbish. But then, you know, we didn't want unintended consequences.
Yeah.
So we just called it Battle of the Sexes. That came up from, talking to people and understanding that many women would think men are trash because A, B, and C experience and so on. But when you speak to the men, they say, this woman, that's that, and that.
Rubbish.
It's the same thing, you
Yeah.
know? So we started thinking, me and the editorial team, just thinking, how do we come up with something that's engage with men and women? So that's a topic we're saying, go to the website. Our community will be open soon, and people can give us what they think. Hopefully in future we will send out our feedback and say, hey, actually 50% think 50% of women think men are trash, and 50% men think women are rubbish. And here's why.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. I think I would like to delve a bit more on the lifestyle. I think we've talked things to do with matchmaking and love, but there could also be those readers out there who are more on the serious side. Does the magazine cater for those who are into business and things like that?
Sure. So one of the sponsorships we're looking for is a financial institution that would help us to push and encourage businesses in Zambia. We initially wanted to sponsor 3 businesses every publication and say people nominate the first 3 businesses and why they're the best in their opinion. And we would give the first prize 3,000 kwacha, the second 2,000, and last one 1,000. We would like support there because we think in this pandemic a lot of businesses are suffering. And so we want to see how we can generate capacity for people, for businesses, and to increase employment really. You know, there's no other way we can do that. Unfortunately, we can't afford more than we can do, but wherever we can, we'll do the best.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right, I think we'll take our first commercial.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Achanya Po, don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Do you have an ex you like sometimes, you know, I miss this guy?
Okay. A random question. Do you have an ex that you miss?
Anyway, I'll have to dig a little bit deep in the archive, you know, for me to just... But what if you had, and what is it that you'd be missing about them?
What if I don't have an ex?
I already find it very hard, difficult for me to believe that. You know that, you know that.
Okay, so what if you had an ex? What would you really miss about them?
Maybe the talks, maybe the walks, maybe the outings, the movies.
Or maybe nothing. Or maybe nothing at all. Yeah, maybe nothing. Yeah.
Actually, maybe nothing.
Maybe nothing.
Yeah.
It does make
Maybe
sense.
nothing.
Like, why would you miss an ex?
Exactly. Especially when you have someone. Now, I mean, actually, this is not our show. This is not our topic for the two of us to just discuss, you know. Do you have an ex you sometimes miss? And what is it that you miss about them? Tell us, let us interact and share with us.
So let us get interacting. So this is not our show, but it is your show. Join us live every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays on the AVN TV daytime show from 1600 hours to 17. See you there. Don't miss.
Don't miss.
If Wada is paid or is getting managed the way we should pay an expected coach, it means he's not doing the right job.
Talipira mafifte kwa chero unga umakomboni nizingati. Unaona? Kukonda che bola ya pazeti, umeona?
So hapa ufoka kochi tuwafunia vyo kucharo chimbi.
Harrison Ford has my name in the movie, so.
Na mwana nadurika nyoza bangba ali mugembe then kamwe so tikamba te bakuru ese tikamba naye kakamba kumbali kufichani mantilisho kamba muri background muno muzambia mu asa na mizira background ati ngati ujanze ni coach wasema tinao na tu ni coach zafuta cha
muntu azaganiza ningagule 250 jezi iya instead ya kuteti wa gule vagu dia banyumba
so kapena 250 mfuna kukazivala mweka waunga nechi kasi mukazendo tamba mweka football na ese zambo tamba chimpombo cha mkomboni. Leka support akambe chako mkosi chichoke sunga pinda mule zero lokuferuka example kaili kapendero kakapinda mkira kuli pengereni chini yeye mwena yati.
Welcome back. Yes, achani hapo Leni, achani hapo, achani hapo. Huyo achani hapo.
Thank you.
Achani hapo. Yes. All right, so we're still live on the Utuntu ZAMgazine, and we are practically dissecting,
Getting deep.
yes, in the magazine, and trying to learn, because I believe, for instance, each section, it has, because for you to be doing 2 weeks publication, though the segments will remain as they are, okay, but the content will be changing in there.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. That's the plan.
Mhm.
What we plan to do is we have a template of what the magazine should look like.
Mhm.
So we will do, there's some news, but we
Mhm.
don't deliver news. We just give you access to real-time news. So what will happen is, if you go and see the icons of your favorite news platform, it could be Al Jazeera, it could be CNN, it could be local news from Bantu, and it could be Nation, Mail, whoever the icon you desire to look at, you just click. And the way we've designed the site is that it goes to that person's platform. Nothing to do with us, really. They deliver the news you want to read, local or international. We think that's a brilliant idea. That way we don't have to worry ourselves about, you then worry about what you want to read. We've brought the magazine to a situation where you can take it home. You're reading magazine, you're reading news, everything you want in one magazine. Okay, and then from there we go to, it could be TV shows. Maybe you want to talk about ABN, what ABN is doing next, and so on. We're developing in that direction. We can talk about businesses, we can talk about healthcare, we can talk about relationship and blues. In fact, that's a very favorite one now, because people have different stories to tell us. We welcome that. We don't publish names. We just give the story behind, well, the gist behind the story. We also want to link that up to our Facebook, Instagram, our social media platform, so people can give responses to the stories and the relationships. I'll give you an example. So we have a story which is about, I guess maybe the previous one. It's about a girl who's dating another girl, but also engaged to a guy. So it's,
isn't that legal in this country?
we don't make judgments like
No,
that.
no, like legally.
Well, I don't know. I mean, these are organic
Yeah.
contents, so they happen.
They happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is, she's now in this situation where she wants to get serious with the guy, but her girlfriend isn't very happy about that. So, she's asking, what should she do? Well, we don't tell her what to do. We give it to the audience and say, hey, what do you guys think should happen? We have other cases. Look, go to the magazine and read it. Okay? Then we can talk about, let's see, we can talk about, I talked about business, then we can talk about jobs, we can talk about classified adverts, so property, or any advert at all.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Now, there's, for example, we are all used to having physical magazine, because, for example, there are certain magazines that they are biannual publications, others quarterly, others monthly. Then content, obviously, you buy that magazine, you keep it. Now, this particular publication, the one you just published, is out, but I want to have it before you upload new content. Is there a way that I'll have this content on my PC, or there's an archive on the Utuntu ZAMgazine website that I can refer to whenever I want?
It's a good question. I mean, what we plan to do is we will create an archive of all the magazines. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't dictate how you save yours. Okay, but we'll create an archive on the site. So you would go and you click and see the last one, and you can see the next one.
Interesting.
Well, we're going to have the next one. So if you read, say, for example, this month, we can tell you what's going to happen next month. So we always have like one episode, one edition in advance.
Okay.
I think I would like to find out, of course, our viewers out there would want to know, how do they maybe contribute in terms of stories and things like that? You did talk quite extensively about the matchmaking, but for the other segments, like the business segment, and how can they be a part of Utuntu ZAMgazine?
Okay. So what we're trying to do is we want to make sure people are engaged with us properly. So we want you to, we'll pay for your shows. If you, sorry, your story. So if we publish a story, we'll pay for it.
How much? I write. I write.
So do I.
You see?
Okay. So we will pay for it. It depends on if it suits the nature of what we're printing at the time. So what we're publishing at the time. That's one. The other part of it is if we have a section called Beautiful Faces. I don't know if you've seen that. What it means is that we will pay for any picture we publish. So if your picture that you send us is something we think we agree it's beautiful, we don't want necessarily you to go to the studio to take a picture. No, we would rather have you give us a natural picture. It could be the guy at the bus stop. It could be the lady at Salaula Market. It could be someone you see. Hopefully they won't be offended by you sending their picture to us. It could be an old person, a young person, a man, a woman, big, small, you know. We want to appreciate natural beauty. We want to appreciate something, you know. Sometimes
it's like Zambia in pictures.
Correct. Sometimes we see people who, you know, they're at the bus stop. I don't know if that has happened to you. And I'm driving by, I say, that person, you know, looks like an polished diamond. You know, and you capture something about them. I'm not a photographer, but I've seen those kind of effects, and then you say, oh, wow, very nice. You know, I'm looking at Blessed, I'm looking at you, and I'm saying, I don't want to compliment you guys on TV, but you know, that's what we want to see. If we publish it, we will pay 50 kwacha. 50 kwacha. Yeah.
Nice.
So a lot of people
that's
do
good talk time,
selfies
and
that's a lot of bundles actually.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we will pay. It's there.
Okay. Very nice. Then for the features, the stories, how long should a story be for it to be considered? I know maybe that question
it's
was
editorial.
supposed to be.
It's editorial. If the story is too long, if it's captivating enough, we can serialize it. In other words, we can create part 1, part 2, part 3. You know all these Nollywood movies, eh?
Oh yes. Part 1, 2 hours.
Yeah, part 2, and also. But a good story, I think, is always something which is less than 300 words. The reason is most people are busy, and the magazine is online.
Yeah.
So you know,
you wouldn't sit there for just reading something.
But we have some really interesting stories in the last edition. I mean, there was one somebody complimented about the marriage ceremony, which was interrupted by somebody.
Yes, I read that one.
You read that one?
Oh, no, I didn't. Can you share?
No, not here. Go and read
Get
it.
the magazine.
Get the magazine.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
please
free.
just go to the www.Utuntu ZAMgazine.com and then I'll do that the moment I'm done here. I need to read that.
I'm going to follow up on that.
Yeah.
Don't say magazine. It's got to be ZAMgazine.
ZAMgazine.
Yes. And there's a reason why we did that. Okay. It's Zambia magazine, so we merged it together. Utuntu ZAMgazine.
Quite creative.
Thank you. Okay, to read it, it's quite. I mean, to go and log on, it's very easy. You just go, register, give your email, and just answer the arithmetic question there. It could be 1 + 1 =
I actually bookmarked it on my laptop.
You did?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I wish there was a way we could pay everybody who maths.
So
but we appreciate
it's there.
that.
So
Thank you.
whenever I just say UT, then it comes
up. Okay.
And then
all right.
Quickly. Yeah.
We're working on several features on the magazine. Exciting features. Just keep in lockdown to us, and you like it. Hopefully, it's a new feature. It's a new thing in Zambia. We have many ideas, but we're going to deploy them when the
strategically.
time. Yes, strategically. That's it. Nice. Otherwise, we don't want to overburden people.
Nice.
Online is full of a lot of gist, but the story behind the magazine is that we're coming from the point of experience where rather than go to online and read everything that is thrown at you, we're saying this is a magazine dedicated for Zambians to tell the story from a lifestyle point of view to the world as well, and we're using things that are organic mainly, to tell the story. So everything there happens in Zambia.
Nice. All right, I was just thought that we wind up. So we thanks a lot for coming. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Full of inspiration,
Yeah, definitely. And
thank you.
Learning a lot.
We would encourage the viewers out there to go and get that magazine.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And I believe Utuntu ZAMgazine is on all the platforms. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
We're on the major ones. They come out, but we think the audience should be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, not LinkedIn now, YouTube channel.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Under the same name.
Under the same name, under the same name, really. But if you have any queries, please call the number on the screen and we'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Will.
You're welcome.
All right. Lainey, I don't know. For me, I'm done.
I'm done as well.
Okay.
It's been a good show.
Achanya Paul, thank you so much for being with us on
Thank you.
Utuntu ZAMgazine show on ABN TV. Follow us also on Facebook, ABN TV Zambia, and then you'll be able to replay this particular show and many other shows we have. So, bye-bye. Next time.
God's favorite rap. Yellow holic music.
Ayo, is it making down? Yellow, where akonda yesu ni swa. Limpopo, where akana chimo heaven is star. Limpopo, nima, we choka koweka. Mutima wa mushe kabeka nima, we choka koweka. Vapa chalo kanaleka. Kulicheve aliri. She's a vibe. Kuliche fair lady. Kuliche, she's a vibe. Kuliche fair lady. Kuliche, she's a vibe. Kuliche fair lady. Kuliche, she's a vibe. Ati bwanji bebe, mafuta bwanji bebe. Skinny yako ni yotelela. Ona na yamba kushelela. Because I've fallen for you. You are so beautiful, ooh. Niki nemu yako teaspoon. Therefore one investor sugar. I'm not playing with your heart, girl. Inesinite anjuga. Vapa chalo iwe no. Vima kupangila chongo. Tumeso kunzuna so. Monga suchoka mantongo. Wa bangwa shani. My name is Yellow Dove, I am your fan. Yellow we akonda yesu ni swa. Limpopo, we akana chimo heaven is star. Limpopo, nima, we choka koweka. Mutima wa mushe kabeka nima, we choka koweka. Vapa chalo kanaleka. Kuliche vea lady. Kuliche, she's a vibe. 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 Gati beauty yanze mfeshi, sembe mfeshi yanze iwe. Gati kukukonda kwenze muntu, sembe muntu enze ine. I like the way you talk to people. Suma vipanga, nifuno panga. Heartbeat yako, inkale ringtone yanga. Ako ka woman of God. Woneka fresh, kuchila veg. I'm putting your face, payanga reji. Mwandi veni funo kamba. Ni mami ni pempa konamba. Gelo we akonda yesu ni swa. Limpopo, we akana chimo heaven is star. Limpopo, nima, we choka koweka. Mutima wa mushe kabeka nima, we choka koweka. Vapa chalo kanaleka. Kuliche vea lady. Kuliche, she's a vibe. 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 Naikonda iwe yo. Naikonda. Naikonda iwe yo. Naikonda. Naikonda iwe yo. Naikonda. Naikonda iwe yo. Naikonda.
Or you still digging, huh?
Yes, yo. Sharon the border in the building. I did what's the rap international, baby. Let's go, let's get it. I did for them money. I do it for Chirunduna, my hustler, kumwesu, we come for me now. I do it for my hood, I do it for the streets. I'm a rebel, I'm a fancy, a bombazilla. I do it for the money, I do it for Chirunduna, my hustler, kumwesu, we come for me now. I do it for my hood, I do it for the streets. I'm a rebel, I'm a fancy, a bombazilla. It's the rise of the rebel and a power bali several. I'm all about the money, furu tela muma banki. Nanzeru za pastango ela skinny toba blackie. Beta cha story ifake pali money. Tine godfather wabagai kweni chokela. Welcome to the rebel land. Beta cha wasokela, I've seen and experienced. Vene ukalibe no fika this far. Kapoli ukalimba ma push every track mpaka jombo mukaponde. Well recognized ngamufuna munga zonde. I do it for the money, I do it for Chirunduna, my hustler kumwesu we come for me now. I do it for my hood, I do it for the streets. I'm a rebel, I'm a fancy, a bombazilla. I do it for the money, I do it for Chirunduna, my hustler kumwesu we come for me now. I do it for my hood, I do it for the streets. I'm a rebel, I'm a fancy, a bombazilla. Echinso chika, taulingiro kutwishika. Better throw your hands up, kwatinaba quicker. Turn the reason for the season, violent twilila ku prison. I made a them, oh, pay attention to my flow. Now look up to me, ngaka subadidia cover light. Took up the game, nya papene heta mwilava. D-Fox the rebel, rebellious selector. Let's go, let's get it. Nobody anywhere chance better than the rainbow. Better you maintain your land, outside the kanisa level. To run the floor with the building. Signing out, the rebel king. Utuntu ZAMgazine.
Mr. Opening on the beat.
The true definition of African rhythm.
Man a Barnhart. Oh, na na na. Lesson learned. Busy on it. Busy on it. Viveva malavu ni riski. That's why I see I believe in. I don't wanna do anything with love you. You look like a nice guy, won't deny. But it wasn't the way I'm a boy. Sweet it talk, slick it talk, we are vendera. Yes, Dino Pusanako. But it wasn't the way I'm a camera. Pangono chape had to break you all and I don't wanna get hurt. Oh, na na na. I don't wanna get hurt. Oh, so we shall be na corner. My songs is in a human. Na your business love. Iya moyo inanipanga savu. Iwe in the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. Iwe in the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe. Na your business love. Iya moyo inanipanga savu. Nilicheo wino. One boy wake up window. So don't you come and preach that love to me. Could we be enough up without somebody? Feel the love for you today. Kumtimala kaipa. When the love for you pisha. No I will be shy yo. I don't wanna get hurt. Oh na na na. I don't wanna get hurt. Oh so we shall be na corner. My songs is in a human. Na your business love. Iya moyo inanipanga savu. Iwe in the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. Iwe in the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe. Na your business love. Iya moyo inanipanga savu. Sinifuna misozi. Nilichabe bwino humozi. Mutima ubaba ulibechikamba. Oh na. Sinifuna misozi. Nilichabe bwino humozi. Mutima ubaba ulibechikamba. Osa wisha vina kona. Misozi zina yuma. Iwe na yo business love. Iya moyo inanipanga savu. Iwe in the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. Iwe in the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. In the cafe, the cafe. Tiptronic, chronic, 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 chronic. Romunowe ya wajinja wayamboni langiza zaini ya madenja tinazivana tikali bafana malavu tenzo buzi sana wai ufuno jinja rodi baby mutima usunge mushe usakalenge bena bagamelele momushe. Without your love I can't live, I can't live, I can't live. Cause you're the air that I breathe, that I breathe, that I breathe. Osale kako, osanisia neka piso zanidaya. Uzaluba ni sacha bevintu, palas tu zachitana regreti. Baby, Satana asakutumfye Ndabakulibe asakakukonda Lakai du 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 du. Baby mutima usunge mushe Usakalenge bena bagamelele momushe. Without your love I can't live, I can't live, I can't live. Cause you're the air that I breathe, that I breathe, that I breathe, breathe. Osani poka chikondi, osa pasa bena. Osani poka chikondi, osa pase bena. Baby, Satana asakutumfye Ndabakulibe asakakukonda Lakai du 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 du. Baby mutima usunge mushe Usakalenge bena bagambelele momushe. Without your love I can't live, I can't live, I can't live. Cause you're the air that I breathe, that I breathe, that I breathe, breathe. Baby mutima usunge mushe, usunge mushe. Usakalenge bena bagambelele momushe, mushe. Without your love I can't live, I can't live, I can't live. Cause you're the air that I breathe, that I breathe, that I breathe, breathe.
God's favorite rapper.